Hi guys, I hope this is all doing well. Quick life update for you. I've got a new job, which I'm so happy about. I'm actually buzzing. But I'm trying to make some time management adjustments. So I'm hoping in a week or so, my uploads will be back on schedule. I'm slowly getting caught up on Grifty Ho, the Doherty Dozen and the ridiculous Jenkins. I saw a part of one of Methany's lives that an account called Live Catch-Ups on TikTok posted. So let's talk about that first.
Started putting like stickers over like the direct view of her face because I just got tired of the freaking cross-eyed comments. Like, out of line, y'all. Out of line. My baby's adorable. She is.
She was just talking about why she started covering the face of her youngest daughter, and it's because she wants us to stop begging her to get her eyes checked out. She's also saying people are out of line and that her baby's adorable. Which, yes, first of all, your baby is adorable. All babies are gorgeous. And no one said she isn't. People are commenting to get her checked out because they're concerned about her. You've been showing your baby since she was born, and all of a sudden, she's got crossed eyes. Of course, people are going to comment about it, because people care. If I were Methany and I wanted people to stop speculating about my daughter's eyes, what I wouldn't do is randomly start covering her face with a massive sticker, yet not covering the faces of any of the other kids. A massive sticker, literally drawing attention to it. Nothing this woman does makes sense. It's like she's got a PhD in doing things in the most backwards way on purpose. She's literally moving through life like it's a maze she designed herself, but forgot the way out. She just constantly gets herself into worse and worse situations. Like by covering this one kid's face, she's just added fuel to the fire. Now there's creators on TikTok with conspiracy theories like she's covered in bruises on her face. I seen one where they've screenshot part of a video where the baby turns for a second and they've took a screenshot of it, and they're saying there's bruises on the face. Me personally, I couldn't see the bruises, it was too blurry, but there were loads of people in the comments saying they could see it. Anyway, let's get back to the live. She's actually looking a bit better than she does usually. I mean, it's not hard to be fair when the bar's so low. Usually she looks like a cross between an electrocuted beaver and a hungover sideshow Bob. And in this, she looks exactly the same, except the beaver's not been electrocuted. Someone complimented her in the live, so she's explaining why she's wearing makeup.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I just put mascara on. I don't like heavy stuff on my face, but this was like the first morning in a while I woke up and my eyes weren't overly irritated, and I was like, okay, I'm actually gonna put it on this morning.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's methamphetamine. Maybe your eyes would be less irritated and less looking like piss-holes in the snow if you stopped taking whatever illicit substances you're taking. Then she started talking shit about Desiree, who's the biological mum of Spew's son who lives with them, saying she's got dirt on her. Girl, you're full of shit. Whatever dirt you've got on Desiree can't be any worse than the things Methany's done herself. There's literally receipts of Methany knowingly marrying a paedophile, leaving her kids with said paedophile, accusations of her trying to groom other kids for him, not to mention the fact that she was accused of giving Desiree's son a black eye, and the fact that she lives in a homeless shelter with 5 kids, whilst taking illicit substances, and screaming and swearing at her daughter because she's not taking care of the baby. I'm pretty sure whatever dirt you've got on Desiree is not half as bad as the things you've been doing.
Isn't like Deshaun's mom this, Deshaun's mom that. It's like all this, I don't know, y'all really try to trap me in saying stuff to break the court order. Meanwhile, she just uses third parties to do the dirty work for her. It isn't happening. She isn't literally saying shit she shouldn't be saying. Because I have a ton. I have so much and it's so hard to bite my fucking tongue. But that's not gonna happen. I just have to believe it'll all full circle eventually, and maybe I can just bring it back to the next court date or something. You can be happy about that. You can be satisfied, and when you decide, and when you see who it is behind the person you're defending, it's fine. That's fine.
I see a point where she says she doesn't like biting her tongue. I mean, look at the fucking state of it. Looks like it's wearing a jumper, it's that fuzzy. At this point, she needs a lint roller to clean it instead of a toothbrush. Whatever she's smoking must contain testosterone because Methany's tongue has grown its own moustache. Everyone already knows that Desiree's got a dodgy past. Obviously, Spew had custody of him for a reason. But if she's proven to have turned her life around, good for her. And if the courts think it's better for him to live with his biological mother rather than in a homeless motel shelter with you, Spew, and 4 other kids in one room, then she's obviously not as bad as what you're saying she is. It's up for the courts to decide. And you're not supposed to be blabbing your mouldy mouth about anything regarding Spoo's son and custody. So just shut the fuck up about it. At the end of the day, it's got nothing to do with you. Mind your business. Let's get back to the live.
I need to get glasses. I have an appointment next month, and I am excited.
She won't be sounding as happy when she does actually get some glasses and she can finally see a reflection. She'll be fucking terrified. Also, I love it how she's prioritising her glasses when she's literally got a baby whose eyes just started crossing all of a sudden. Then she starts talking about other families who live in the same motel, sort of implying that they're worse than them and that the ridiculous Jenkins situation isn't as ridiculous as we think it is.
Is that like a lot of the families that we talk to that have been in the same motel as us, they're running on like a year, 2 years motel hopping. I'm not saying like that's just well, it could be and it's just okay, but it's like, yo, the reality of it is sometimes that's how it is for people. And if like, you don't have to follow us. If it's something that irks you that freaking much, you don't have to watch it.
Okay, let's address this. First of all, we don't know these people you're talking about because they didn't go viral for blasting all over TikToksic a horrible living situation where you had 5 kids in a 1-bed apartment. Then you just went from worse and worse situation to you ended up where you are now in a homeless motel shelter. 7 people in 1 room. But if it's true and these people are still living in a motel shelter for 2 years, there's obviously something more going on. Either they need help because they literally can't work or save money for whatever reason, or they're just bums like you who are just happy living in the most rotten bowels of housing rather than do everything in the power to earn money and work their way out of this shitty situation that you're in. And one of your favourite things to say is, why are you following me then? Why are you following me if you hate me? People are still watching you because you put everything out on the World Wide Web and people are invested. They're concerned about your kids. And they want to see you get out of this horrible situation. Or at least they want to see you get the kids out of this situation. Because they deserve so much better. Then someone asks her if they've got another cat. Because as you probably know, Bethany's not allowed to have cats anymore because they got done for animal neglect and abuse.
No, we don't have another cat. That cracks me up. My daughters just play like, I don't know what they're called, but they're like these meowing cats. Do you guys remember Guitar Hero? Well, they have these little games on the kids' tablets that are like meowing cats that they have to press a button to each meow or whatever. But I really think that's what people thought we had kids. Or I mean, we don't have kids, cats. See, that's the thing. It's just because a bunch of online idiots decide that they're gonna believe everything they hear doesn't make what I'm saying a lie. What you're believing is, but I'm not the liar. That's
Girl, it wasn't the cat noises that started the rumours though, was it? The rumours started when you were mopping the pavement outside your hotel room door and there were pet food bowls outside. And then another video where you could see your daughter on the bed behind you and she looked like she was petting an animal. Methinks she does protest too much. Please excuse her accent. I was supposed to be Shakespearean, but it didn't turn out the way I thought it would. But what I meant to say was, I think she's lying through her rotten back teeth because she goes into far too much detail over-explaining the cat noises. Why not just say, no, we've not got a cat? Bethany's tall tales come with more unnecessary details than a tax audit. When the plot gets a backstory, a flashback and a map, you know that person's lying. And what seals the deal is where she repeats at the end that she's not lying. You know, like a liar would. Then she gets pissed off because someone talks about her biological son, where she says, say what the fuck you want about the son I never give birth to, but keep my son's name out of it.
okay, say all the fuck you want about Deshaun, because that's just fueled by people who don't but keep Atlas out of it. Atlas is fine.
Stepmom of the year there. And then someone dares to ask her about the Cedarwile she's still married to. You know, the one in prison for being a Cedarwile.
How the fuck would I know how Jeremiah is? How the hell would I know? I'm honestly surprised that guy is still kicking it in there. I thought people would be like, we know about your offenses. How they be in there, but apparently not.
Ooh, touched a nerve there. I was on Reddit and someone had put a post like, is Bethany really this evil? Is the reason she's not divorced him is because she thought he was going to get unalived in prison and there was a chance of her getting some sort of compensation or something? I'm not going to lie, it wouldn't surprise me. She does seem hella pissed off that he's still alive. She mentioned somewhere else that the kids were going to the dentist and I'm glad. that the kids are getting their teeth looked after. But do you not think you should get your pearly yellows checked out as well? I'm not being funny, but at this point, her teeth are that yellow and furry. Pikachu's trying to sue her for copyright. Anyway guys, I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.
You feel me?
You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? You feel me?
You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? You feel me?
You feel me? You feel me? You feel me?